So, I've been contemplating something for a long time. And it's not like, montage or anything. It's just about the general how I've been feeling about the past few days, more or less. And so what I've been doing is, I have been giving tips to multiple people. And I felt maybe I should talk about it on YouTube. That way anyone who does come across this can sit there and go, oh. And what I'm talking about is ranked Overwatch. The ranked Overwatch, yes. And pretty much what I want to tell you is my experience and understanding of really the ranked of Overwatch, and I'm not here to tell you tips or tricks and, oh, play this hero like that, or do it like this. I guess I'm kind of telling you to do it like this, but I'm telling you the mindset of what I understand about most players in Overwatch in each rank. Because each rank, from what I've understood in the past, every rank has their own mindset. Like, from what I understand, Gold, for example. A lot of people I meet that are from Gold usually only play one hero. Whether it's mainly DPS is what I see a lot. DPS, sometimes a support or a tank. But majority of the time in Gold, people are usually playing heroes that are more of a DPS type. And if you ask them to swap, they'll say something along the lines of, oh, I only know how to play Soldier, I only know how to play this. And maybe even you, if you're stuck in Gold, may only know how to play this one hero. And Gold and Platinum, I landed in Platinum my first time, are more or less the same mindset. They're just a little different, okay? Gold, you get people who are like that, more or less expected, because a lot of them pick what they are good at. And then, in Platinum, you're sort of forced into a situation where a lot of people do sometimes pick different heroes, but they're inexperienced with them. Like, let's say someone does go support, but they're a Lucio. Not saying Lucio is a bad hero, it's just that a lot of inexperienced Lucios do not know the beauty that is of using your ult to save everyone but just yourself, or using amp it up on your heal. And I know amping up on heal can generate that ult very quickly if you just stay with your team. But yeah, there are a lot of, from what I understand in Platinum, I've seen a lot of Lucios do the whole... I've actually had a Lucio complain about, guys, really, you want me to be a solo Lucio healer? It's not going to work. But it's just like, it could. It could work. It's just that person's inexperienced with what it's like to actually support your team as Lucio. He thinks maybe I only speed buff, or my healing's bad because I never buff the healing, or I don't stay with the team enough to heal them. And his ultimate pretty much makes everyone into a super tank, so it's pretty good for being aggressive and defensive at the same time. But, I understand a lot of people in Platinum, this is more of a forced thing where a lot of people do sometimes pick other heroes, but they are inexperienced with them. They know that they must be something else other than DPS, is what I've seen in lesser ranks be the main course. So, the mindset I had to adapt to was that I cannot just be Reinhardt. So, because that's pretty much what I did when I first started rank, because I played Reinhardt, only Reinhardt. I was a tank every game, and it got me to Platinum. And so, trying to get out of Platinum just as Reinhardt, it was frustrating, because yes, I needed teammates to pick these heroes. And then, of course, the biggest tip I can give you right now, if you want to just stop watching, is look at what you complain and bitch about every time you start comp. What do you complain about every time you start a match in whatever rank? What do you, at the end of it when you lose, what do you complain about the most? That is usually the problem. And yes, you know it's a problem, but you don't really understand how to defeat it. Like, I understand sometimes my team needs a healer, and what do we expect most of the time in Platinum or Gold is Mercy. Other healers, yes, are good, like Lucio, Zenyatta, on a level, I guess. Anna, Moira, All of them are good. It's just there are a lot of inexperienced people who think that just because they do damage, that is how they are supporting the team, but they don't really do it well enough. Or they do sometimes heal, but it's at the end of the battle. You know, the support's meant to support you during the fight. Yes, Moira and Ana can do damage, but Ana can snipe your teammates from afar away and heal them, or buff Reinhardt and make him into a demigod, destroy everyone. But from what I understand from Platinum, what got me out of Platinum was Mercy. Yes, we can all, I get it, Mercy is more or less the carried hero, but one thing about Mercy is she's basic. Kind of like Reinhardt, he's a basic tank. Reinhardt can give you this feeling of he's the one who pushes in. That's kind of what a tank does. They push the front lines. Like if you think about Call of Duty and those crazy moments in Call of Duty where a tank is rushing through the front lines, that's pretty much Reinhardt's or any tank in any kind of game like Overwatch, where you have a tank, you have a healer, just support or a tank, whatever. If there's a tank, he's most likely expected to push forward and break the line as your team rushes in and do what they need to do, because Soldier isn't gonna do it. He's gonna get destroyed. Mercy's definitely not doing that. It's playing Reinhardt will help you understand that as a tank, it is your job. It is your job to push the front lines. And that's what I've learned playing a tank in more or less World of Warcraft and other MMOs, so picking up Reinhardt wasn't an easy thing to do for me. I understood that I need to push the line, and that's how I got into Platinum and pretty much late Platinum, where I was expected to be more than just a tank. Sometimes I did pick Mercy, and yes, we could pick other healers who can defend themselves probably better or do damage expectedly is what people are trying to get at, is that, oh, Mercy's no good because she doesn't defend herself. Well, it's not about getting kills. Yes, Moira could kill a Genji dying her, but then that's a distraction because you're not healing your teammates anymore. Mercy can heal her teammates as she escapes, flying to teammate. And that is really overpowered if you really see a Mercy understanding how to use their Guardian Angel very well. You can be all over the map as Genji or Winston, and you will still have a hard time getting her because every 1 second when she's out of combat, after, I guess it's like a second after combat, she is starting to heal herself. She is regenerating life. That is one of the only healers other than Lucio that actually does that. Zenyatta and Symmetra technically do that because they have shields and it does that, but shields are weaker. But the fact that she regens life, and it's pretty quick. It's almost on the level of Lucio, but all she has to do is stay out of combat for 1 second. And when she Guardian Angels away, that's more than enough time for her to start healing up the damage you were doing to her. But Mercy has a very high survivability, and yes, she can no longer do the double res or the team res, but she has great healing and buffing. And as a Mercy, I understood that there is more to Overwatch than simply killing the other team. Mercy will teach you how to actually support your team. Make you understand that when you pick support, it's for your team. It is not for you to, I guess, be half healer and then decide to be a DPS as soon as someone comes near you. But if you want to learn support, I'd say Mercy is one of the first things, or a tank. Let's say you don't ever see a tank in your game, and you know you need to be the tank, and so when you pick up that role, you will most likely pick Reinhardt, because Reinhardt will teach you and make you understand that this is what a tank does. It is not rush getting kills or hiding behind whoever. As a tank, you're in the front. As a support, you're in the back, making sure everyone's health bar is at max. Even if it's just a little bit of healing can still give you ult charge. Healing gives you ult charge. Okay? Sadly for tanks, you have to do damage to get ult charge. Unless you're Roadhog, where if you heal yourself all your health, you're getting a pretty big chunk of ult charge. Not even kidding, you get like 20% each time you heal all your health back. It's crazy. But, picking these heroes in Platinum or Gold, and switching between them, and sometimes maybe DPS, but majority of the time you're going to see DPSs, because that's a lot easier to understand. Just run in, shoot, get kills. It's the easiest thing to understand in any game, more or less. It's basic. It's from all the way from Call of Duty days. It's basic. Aim, shoot, kill. You move on, aim, shoot, kill. But as these tank or support, you have to understand that there's more to them than just simply going to get kills. Simple supports keep you alive. They buff you. Tanks soak up all that damage. They push the front lines. They get your team moving. But so that's how I left Platinum into Diamond. And from what I understand, Diamond, the mindset of Diamond is probably the one spot in the world that you will probably have the most trouble with, that I have seen. A lot of people I've seen that are stuck in Diamond, they are always saying more or less the same thing, kind of like how in Gold or Platinum people are saying, we don't have a healer or a tank all the time, no one ever wants to be these things. That's because at this level of rank, you're expected to learn that you have to fill these roles. You can't sit around telling everyone to do it. But in Diamond, you're starting to breach the top 3 ranks, which is Master, Grandmaster, if I remember, and then top 500. And these people in these ranks, 90% of the time have friends. And yes, in Diamond, I do see it a lot, and I've done it too. I've been there. I've complained about how my team is so bad, my team's always throwing, my team is always this or that, and they don't communicate, and they're not grouped up, and all this. That's the problem. It's not their fault. Yes, it's their fault, but it's also yours. It's your fault for solo queuing in Diamond. In Diamond, the mindset that you're expected is to have a team. Because what's the one thing everybody in LCS has that everyone else doesn't? Friends. Teams. They go to LCS because they have a team to play with. They don't go in by themselves. Nobody does. Everyone has a team. You need a team. And at this point in Diamond, you start to understand that this is more than just me. I can't just carry anymore. I need my team to do their job. I need Widowmaker to kill the other Widowmaker or Hanzo. And I need me just to heal his Mercy. I need Reinhardt to actually start pushing. I need Lucio to stop ulting for himself, start ulting the team. I need... Everybody has a role in Diamond that you are expected to play. And at that point, you're more or less... People do hope you can play more than just Soldier or just McCree. That you can fill in other roles like support, tanking, DPS. And that's what I've taken on for the longest time. I would always fill in the cracks in my team. And at that point, after being a fill, I started seeing more of a... Sure, maybe we won't have a healer, but we have a Zarya. And if there was someone with Zarya to secure her ultimate, we wouldn't really need a healer. She would just need to be aggressive, and we need to talk and communicate about her ultimates. Like, if I pick Sombra and I see that we have... perhaps a Reinhardt's good enough. Zarya ults, I ult, Reinhardt starts swinging like crazy because Anna nano boosted him. Or you can even nano boost Zarya, it'd be just as good. It's just a matter of strategic, I guess, wombo comboing. But in Diamond, you have to understand that it's no longer about you. It's about you and your team. Because there is no I in team. Overwatch is a team-based game. You cannot make it on top of the earth by yourself. You need a team, and you can't just be like, oh, I'll just go LCS by myself, me versus everyone. That's not a thing, you know? A lot of people in LCS practice. They train. They are actually participating for money and, well, fame, actually. That's probably the biggest thing. You get famous, you get money, you get attention. It goes on and on. And if you wanted to be up there, you have to understand that at Diamond, this is where they hit you with it. Your team. Yes, there's something wrong with your team because you don't have anyone you know in there. You have no one you can really communicate fully with. Some people who do play ranked have anxiety. That's pretty much how I played most of my rank, is anxiety. I never really talked to anyone. I just filled in the cracks and went on from there. And a lot of people still do that in Diamond. A lot of people, maybe they don't even speak English. Maybe they don't speak your language, or they're very aggressive and an angry person, or whatever. There is that point in Diamond where you have to understand that it's your team. You have to go make friends. You have to find people who believe in ranking up as you do. And if you find a bunch of friends you really like, I'm telling you, ranked will turn into like a quick play. You won't take it as seriously, but you will start winning a lot more because you're with friends who can communicate and wombo combo this or that and do certain strategies that you wouldn't do otherwise by yourself or with a random because they are worried that they'll mess up and blah blah blah. Well, if you're a friend, you can joke about how bad they are and haha funny. But in Diamond, you have to find a team.
This is where they expect you to play Overwatch as it's expected to be, as a team-based game together. I remember talking to a Diamond a few days ago. They were complaining about their team, and then a whole bunch of Diamonds commented, and they were like, I can't believe I can't get out of Diamonds. Just, well, and I told them all a story about how the Avengers started out. If you haven't seen, any of you have seen the Avengers, you'll know. So, in the Avengers, the team came together, of course. In the beginning, no one liked each other. Sure, there were a few that may have liked each other, but in the end, they all kind of hated each other. And they didn't work well, and Loki sort of messed everything up on everybody, you know? And in the end, they realized, or Age of Ultron, I guess, sort of. I guess kind of like that. Everyone's getting a little stressed out at each other. The team is starting to split apart, and it starts to get into a throwing, I guess, snowball towards yourself. Because, if you start playing certain heroes in, I guess, Diamond, that let's say I hate Widowmaker, but I don't. I love Widowmakers. If you're a great Widowmaker, like you're one of like my top picks in having someone on my team, because having a great Widowmaker is extremely deadly, and not a lot of people understand that. But some people don't like it because this, of course, is the mindset of someone who's salty, that gets salty over little things. Like you pick Widowmaker, that's 1 point towards being salty, because you picked Widowmaker, and you could probably be the worst ever. And sure, maybe you do good, and you're starting to win. That's when the person reaches the next level of salty, which is you prove them wrong. And there are some people in the world who believe they're always right and blah blah blah. And when someone tells them, I'm actually a good Widowmaker, and shows that they are, they don't want to admit that they were wrong. And a lot of people get really upset and really salty and may start throwing the game. Not because they are a bad player, but because they're upset. They want to rank up, like, more or less their way. But it's like I said, in Diamond, you should start finding friends. People who, like, believe in your way of playing the game. Like, I'll accept a Widowmaker if you're good at it, you know? Yes, it is still worrying in high rank. People still worry about it. People still worry about you picking Hanzo. People still worry about you picking Widowmaker, because you could be one of those people who just say, oh, I play a lot of them, I'm really good, but then really you're not. You just pick them because you like them, and then everyone gets a little upset because they're forced to carry you in a rank that is expected you to be extremely serious about this. Not that they will say, oh, go away, it's just they will give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you don't prove them wrong, it can lead to a very thrown game, which is more or less your fault for picking those heroes because you weren't actually good with them. But anyways, picking a hero that you want to pick, like say you want to be a Widowmaker, and you team up with me, I wouldn't be as salty as that other guy. Maybe I'd worry a little bit because you picked Widowmaker, you know, it's kind of skeptical whether you're good or not. But if you prove me you're good, I'll be so happy. I'll be so happy to have you on my team, and we may find other people who agree with having a Widowmaker, and that's more or less the point. That's the point of finding a team. You find a team that agrees with your playstyle. If you like being really aggressive, find friends who like being aggressive. You're really defensive, find friends who are defensive. You like picking unique heroes that not everyone likes, find people who really understand how unique those heroes are and how good they are in just raising in rank overall. So that's pretty much the mindset I see in Diamond all the time. And you will see it from every time, or feel it every time you try and play ranked or by yourself. You would say, my team is so bad. Why are they so bad at this game? Why can't I just be so good? It's just, that's it. You need a team. In Diamond, you're expected to be more than just yourself. You have to accept others within your fold and be good. So that pretty much my ranked on how to get to Diamond or beyond Diamond, because like I said, to get out of Diamond, it's not that you are bad at the game. You are not bad. If you make it to Diamond, you've improved enough to prove to Overwatch that you're good at the game. It is just that final stretch that you need to find friends and a team that agree with your playstyle, that agree with how you think, and be friends with them and move up in the rank together, because that's what Overwatch is. It is a team-based game. Like the Avengers, when they all got together, they stopped Ultron. When they all got together, they stopped Loki. They stopped the aliens from destroying Earth and all that. They got together. They worked together as a team. Imagine Overwatch is like the Avengers. Like, that is the basic thing I could tell you. Think of the Avengers. Yes, in the beginning they hate each other. In the end, They all agreed to work together because they understood that they need each other. They need each other. I can't just magically force my Zarya to ult so I can Diva ult without asking her to, or talking to them, or communicating, or, you know, maybe Zarya doesn't want to ult for me, she wants to ult for Hanzo, you know? You just gotta find friends that will agree to be, I guess, in your Avengers team. Be the Avengers with you. That's more or less the point of Diamond. Become the Avengers and grow in rank and come top 500, because everyone else is in LCS right now has friends. Like, I've seen so many stories, yes, from League of Legends, that's not Overwatch, but it's more or less the same concept from League of Legends and more or less Overwatch. A lot of teams that get talked to about raising up, they always talk about how much fun they're having. They're not talking about strategies or anything. They're like, oh, I love all my friends, we love playing Overwatch, it's just more or less something we want to do, blah blah blah. And that's the key. Your friends are the key. If you have a lot of friends who enjoy the idea of raising in rank and going pro, I guess, then yeah, your chances of raising in rank out of Diamond and possibly higher are significantly larger, because you have friends to play with. You have a team that you can work with, communicate with, you can feel at ease around. You don't get this anxiety where if you mess up, they may get really salty and become verbally abusive towards you, or assault you with verbal words, and you may have to mute them, and then you lose that level of contact with a player, and it starts throwing. But with friends, you can mess around, and you'd still be winning because you're enjoying yourselves. You're not getting upset over little things that you would with randoms. Just because we're all on edge. When we meet someone we don't know, everyone's a little bit tense. Especially in the competitive scene where everyone's expected to do their role, and if they don't do it good enough, or they don't play the way you are comfortable playing, then the team starts going chaotic. Like, say, Reinhardt likes to be aggressive, but you don't. You're immersed and you stay in the back, and you don't really follow him, and the rest of your team is more or less like that. Reinhardt is more or less throwing, but it's just the fact that you two don't mix together. It's not that Reinhardt's bad. He knows what he's doing. He knows what Reinhardt should do. He knows what to do when he picks Reinhardt and dive in. He knows what everyone should be expected to do when they play with him. As you know what you would want Reinhardt to do when you play with him. You gotta find people that share your view, your mindset. And that's what ranked is all about. The mindset of each rank. You gotta understand what people complain about all the time. And if you see it, you'll be like, this is why I'm not rising up. This is why I'm not getting out of gold, because I'm not picking the support or the tank my team desperately needs. I'm not getting out of platinum because I'm only picking one hero all the time and expecting everyone else to do it for me. Or I'm not getting out of diamond because I don't have a team to depend on, or I believe is any good, or I can actually feel comfortable playing with, because I don't have people to actually play them with. And that's what the point is in diamond. I know I'm not saying go on a big, crazy route of getting a bunch of rounds together, going to rank. One tip, if you want to find a bunch of teammates that enjoy the game, just make friends. You know, say hello to someone in quick play. Blah blah blah, hey, you're okay at Widowmaker, wink wink, and lol, even though they probably weren't, and you just, joke around, make friends. When you make friends, you might find people that are more interested in in the same mindset of how to play the game than you. And maybe you'll want to help them raise in rank. The one thing I say to, I guess, anybody, but I know not many people will listen, but I'm saying this to help not just yourself, but your friend. Do not smurf them to a high rank. Yes, it's easy. You could carry them if you're out of that rank if you want to, but there will be a point where if you want to go higher, it's not going to go anywhere, because there's that one teammate who didn't grow in rank, and they didn't get good at the game, and they're falling behind, and you will notice it. You will notice they're starting to fall behind in the team performance, and they will be the weak link, and the enemy team will see that and take advantage of it. And yes, you may complain, oh, it's your team, but you're right, it is your team. You forced someone to a high rank, and you didn't really help them get good at the game. Like, if you carry a gold all the way to a diamond, they're going to be still acting like a gold. And they may never play ranked until you're around. And they'll be sitting there being like, lol, I'm Grandmaster, I'm so better than you, even though they lost to a platinum or a silver. Because even though their rank doesn't mean anything. It's about your mindset when you play the game. If you're a gold and you got carried to like Grandmaster, you're still going to act like a gold. You're not going to suddenly be, oh, I'm God tier Grandmaster, I know everything about the game. You're probably still only going to pick McCree. You may sometimes pick Mercy because you don't know how to play Anna, Moira, or Lucio properly. I have a tier of like heroes that you could play in each rank. Like tanks, there's a tier of tanks, and at a higher rank you get other tanks. Like Reinhardt's at the bottom because he teaches you how to be a tank. Mercy's at the bottom because she teaches you how to be a healer and a support. And then Anna and Moira are more or less on the top here. And because a lot of people don't fully understand healing, and that they can be a healer and a DPS at the same time, but you just have to understand that you are a support. And not a lot of people who pick these heroes understand that they are supporting. They are just picking the support and think that just sort of kind of falls into place. These are just more skill because you need a mindset of a support when you play those healers. Okay? And then when you pick Mercy, she forces you into that mindset. You may not like it, you may think it's boring, you may feel defenseless, but there is a way to stay alive as Mercy, and that's just something you have to learn. I've fought against Mercies who can just be quite immortal. Oh! Have I been the saltiest human being trying to deal with that? Yes, I played like over 100 hours of Mercy, and yet I have problems with people who go pro with her, and it's just... When you see one, you will know. There'll be a point when you'll find a Mercy that just knows how to play Mercy, and they will know how to stay alive as her, and you will get extremely salty trying to deal with her because she's all over the place. She has healing after 1 second out of combat. She has Guardian Angel, which I think has a 2-second cooldown. So every 2 seconds, she's moving on to the next hero away from you. Or she's pretty much turned into a Gundam and starts flying around. It's crazy. And you can EMP her and it won't stop her from flying around. You can hack her, which is, I guess, the best thing you could do. But yeah. I'm trying not to make this video go long. I'm just trying to help you understand that each rank, it's not really anyone's fault but yourself. But it's not that you're bad at the game and that you should uninstall or give up. It's that you need to understand that each rank has a mindset. You know? Like in Gold, what I might see a lot, if you pick Hanzo, someone might start complaining at you, start bitching at you about, oh, don't pick Hanzo, or don't pick Widow. Yes, you might be a great Widow, but you're making people salty on your team. And that's kind of throwing the game in the enemy's favor because someone's not playing at their max capacity that they should be. Not that you're bad this year, it's just now's not the time. Now's not the time to be a Hanzo or a Widow. And yes, you might be a really great Widow or Hanzo, maybe you've won a few games by yourself, but you'll reach a point where there'll be other heroes where they'll know what they need to do to a Widow, or know what they need to do to a Hanzo to destroy them, and you will have a hard time because your team may get salty and they're like, well, why would I help that Widowmaker? She's Widowmaker, she should switch. Which is, yeah, it's probably true, you probably should switch. You should probably switch to someone else, like maybe Reaper or McCree or somebody else who can do team wipes, and not that Widowmaker or Hanzo can, it's just for the sake of keeping people off your back, I recommend not playing those healers. Those DPSs, Hanzo and Widowmaker, especially Torbjorn. Torbjorn can probably create the most salt. Just pick. My camera just cut out. So, anyways, yeah, simply picking Hanzo and Widowmaker can make people salty towards the gold, platinum, sometimes diamond, late or early diamond and up. People will get a little salty that you pick them and be salty because you're good with them because they want you to be wrong and blah 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 blah. Like I said, diamond, it's not about you being good. It's about you finding a team of friends that you can play with to rise in ranks. Because, yes, those heroes are unique and amazing. And I've seen amazing Widowmakers and amazing Hanzos, amazing blah whatevers. Okay? But the fact that you pick them with a bunch of randoms, they can get salty and throw the game off for you because they don't like you for picking that hero. And it's really not anyone's fault. It's just that you have to understand in Diamond, people don't, that you need to find friends. And then Platinum or below, people will ruin the game for you just because you pick these heroes because they are so dangerous, I guess. They can be extremely powerful and extremely bad if you don't know how to play them. But that's just the mindset I'm telling you from Platinum and below, from what I experienced. Anyone who picked Widow or Hanzo, I would start bitching, okay? I would complain, like I'd be the biggest complainer and hater. But as I've grown in the Overwatch game, I've grown. I've gotten better.
I've come to understand that having a good Widowmaker is great. But I can still, if I'm with a random and they pick Widowmaker, I'm still gonna worry that whether or not you are actually good, or just claim to be good because you want to be like this great Widowmaker on YouTube or whatever. But you know, that's just my tips on how to raise up in rank and how I've gone up in rank. Sorry this was a long video, and I'm actually terribly happy if anyone actually stayed for the entire thing, because I do love talking about anything. Like I said, this has just been what I'm doing for the past days. I've been giving people tips about their rank, certain heroes to play, the mindset. Like I said, this whole video is about the mindset of how to play Overwatch depending on your rank and which heroes you should be expected to play, because it's just how it is. You're playing with a lot of like other people on your team. If you want to help them to help you, you're gonna have to learn to help them. You know, help them by helping yourself, or help yourself by helping them, I guess would be the term. And then when you reach Diamond, this is where I'm gonna expect you to start finding friends to play with, people you can trust, people you can talk to casually, people who can help you stay at ease and not just, oh, it's a random, maybe it's this, that, or someone you can really depend on. That's more or less what Diamond is asking you, to start taking Overwatch rank seriously. And a serious Overwatch player will have friends to play with in those higher ranks, just like everyone in LCS. They all have a team. They don't just walk up there by themselves and have mix and match or whatever. It's just everyone has a team they play with. Everyone does. And sure, the people who mainly do win are all friends. You know, those people usually win because they're all friends with each other and they all agree. And just, this is what you should do. This is my tip to get out of Diamond and start raising up in rank. And maybe one day I'll see you in LCS. And yeah, that's just that's the mindset that I have experienced through the ranks. And whether you believe me or not, it's up to you. You're probably a gold or a silver if you say that might be wrong, but whatever. It's all about in here. It's all in here. It's not just skill, kills, and whatever. You have to understand the mindset of where you are. What is it everyone acts and does? And when you do that, you will start understanding how to fix these problems and how to raise up in rank and blah blah blah. I've probably said this 100 times, but yeah. I am just drained after that speech. Okay, so this is the end of it. Thank you all for watching. I am so happy that pretty much anyone watches these, and I hope these tips and I guess this story of me raising up in rank helps you all raise up in rank too, or even go further than I can, you know? I'm like Morpheus in the Matrix. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but he wasn't the one, but the one made it to the top because Morpheus taught him how to be this or that. It's all in here. It's all in here. Just gotta think about where you are and what to do. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy this or it helped, anything, whatever, you know. I guess that's everything. Subscribe. everything a YouTuber should expect, I guess, to say at the end of it. But yeah. Bye.